Hello there, Wen Wen. Okay, great work. Great start to the course. Let's go. Reading has been commonly regarded to be one of the most beneficial methods of education. However, in terms of developing skills and imagination, I believe enjoyable activities outweigh good. Okay, great start, but we've got to put outweigh. We have to attach it with something else. Outweighs. Um, in terms of developers, enjoy. I believe enjoy outweighs reading or outweighs swimming. We need to put something that it outweighs with. Okay. First and foremost, social skills such as teamwork, leadership, and coordination can only be learned through physical activities, but impossible to be attained by simply reading. Good. It is by communicating and working together within a group that children acquire the ability to deal with problems popping up in their relationship with others and further learn to understand and to be tolerant. Good. Without getting in touch with their peers, never can they realize the roles they can play in a team and the importance of working towards the same target with others. Okay, without getting in touch with their peers, they can never realize. Okay, check word order for where never goes. Okay, it usually goes before the main verb. They can never realize the roles they can play in a team and the importance of working towards the same target with others. Okay, or working towards a common target is a better way of saying it. Similarly, practical activity gives a child with potential of leadership to stand out. Okay, similarly, practical activities give a child the potential of, or give a child with the potential of leadership to stand out. Okay, so this whole sentence needs to be rephrased. Similarly, practical activities give the opportunity for a child with the potential of leadership to stand out. Okay, that's how I would rephrase that. And that also is redundant. Okay, if you skip along and look at the end chapters, you'll find the chapter about redundancy and writing in a more succinct style. Additionally, enjoyable activity plays a better role in improving children's imagination than reading. Okay, it is proved that people attending concerts frequently perform better in drawing, which greatly depend on imagination, than those who do not. Okay, so just delete this for clarity. Okay, it is proved, or proven, maybe a bit better there. It is proven that people attending concerts frequently perform better in drawing than those who do not. Okay, or either way, there will be a better way to rephrase this. Also, can we start with the actual subject rather than the subject pronoun? So we could say, people attending concerts frequently often perform better in drawing than those who do not. Okay? I think that would have been a better way because it's easier. This is kind of like in the way and it's a distraction from what we want to say. And also there's a more eloquent way of saying than those who do not. And we could say than their counterparts who do not. Okay? Counterparts is the key word there. Furthermore, video games, which usually have 3D settings, can help young people develop their sense of space and direction as they are demanded to play a role inside. Okay. However, reading is not equally effective in this regard since it could only be accessible due to children's limited ability in literacy and understanding. Okay, good. Also, activity of all forms tend to be more attractive as it conforms better to children's instincts than reading. Genius. Very good point. Excellent work there. What we're going to do in the next modules is work on this paragraph structure. And I think it's very suitable for you. And you'll see the basic structure that we follow. And I think it'll be very beneficial. In conclusion, enjoyable activities are overwhelmingly advantageous than reading in regard of developing children's skills and imagination, and shall draw more attention in early... Okay, just delete that. We don't need it. And shall we use for suggestions, okay? And we don't usually use it in formal academic writing. So just be careful there, okay? And early year education, imagination. And we could just say especially in early year education. That would have been better. All right? Great start though, Wen Wen. Very impressed. Let's move on to the next one. Family communication, which was regarded as essential in people's living, is now believed to decline in the future. Okay. In this essay, I will defend this opinion by giving two arguments, okay, not two arguments as well as supporting examples. Not too bad. Later we're going to see a copy-paste sentence that you can adapt. So like, this essay will analyze these opinions using examples from Beijing and China to demonstrate points and prove arguments, or something like that, okay? First of all, increasing mobility, the increasing mobility of the population reduces the chances of family reunion. Thanks to the rapidly developing technology, the efficiency of transport has been remarkably enhanced, which to a large extent facilitates people's moving. Good. For instance, with the upgraded express train, which runs 400 kilometers per hour, the time used for people's traveling between Shanghai and Beijing, capital S, two of China's biggest city, is limited to only 3 hours, which otherwise would take almost 1 day before. When returning home is no longer time-consuming and exhausting, more people tend to make work, opportunity and living environment their priority, which unconsciously leads to less family meeting and communication. Not too bad, okay, but be careful. This essay is about communication between family members, and we've spent almost half a paragraph talking about transport. I know it is connected, but the connection is a long connection, okay? If we can talk about people spending more time on mobile phones than talking, that's a much shorter connection and much more on topic, okay? So this is related, but it's not as closely related as it could be. And that's quite risky because the examiner might not be as patient as to reread it again and like, hang on a second, where is this connection? So it's better to go for the most logical, the simple, or the shortest route, the shortest connection, yeah? Okay? Also, imagine if you'd have made a grammar mistake in these last sentences, then I couldn't have understood this connection between the train journey and spending time with family. Okay, so that's another reason why we want to go for the most basic of arguments. This is a language exam, not an intelligence exam, and we just want to be communicating clearly, and the best way to communicate clearly is to communicate simple ideas. Okay, anyway, additionally, the generation gap is another factor contributing to less family communication. Nowadays, the world is changing at an unprecedented pace, good phrase, under which circumstances young people, out of their inherent curiosity, tend to follow the newest trend and hold modern ideas which are usually not accepted by their conservative parents. Take, for example, in China, most parents cannot understand young people's fashion of wearing trousers with holes in the knees, as from their perspective, the exposure of knees can easily cause arthritis in old ages. Consequently, family relationships are damaged and communication is consciously avoided. Okay? Be careful. There's a similar issue to this one. Okay? It'd be much easier for you to describe, much easier for the examiner to understand if you'd have just talked about kids spending more time on social media. Argument 1, argument 2, let's see, parents working longer hours, not enough time to speak with kids. Okay? 2 very simple, straightforward arguments, and then we pick up points with our language ability, not with the quality of the arguments. Okay? Pick up points with our language ability, which is improved because now we're expressing a simple argument. Okay? Rather than a complex argument, which is risky and could lose us potential points. Anyway, to conclude, I believe less family communication will be the trend, which is the inevitable phenomenon of social development. Very good finish, though. Very good finish. So, excellent work there, Wen Wen. What I want you to do now is implement all the corrections that you've heard. Make a note of the errors that you've made. This is your error list. And then send me back your corrected essays, these ones, your error list, and write me 2 new essays answering the questions that I send you, okay? And then once you've written those 2 essays, I want you to check them for mistakes that you've made in these ones, okay? Take your time with these. We're at the beginning of the course, and we're going for the accuracy now, rather than like the exam skills. We're going for the accuracy, and we're building your essay writing skills. Later, we can work on the time, okay? Have a great day, and thank you.